we have to remember that the poster, it's mostly the product which advertise any product or service from the company. And could you please type on the message chat, what do you think, what the most important element which should be exactly used, and how many percent from your opinion usually we have to take from the artboard when we're trying to create the poster. So the first part of the question, what the most important element which we need to always use for poster, and how much percent that main element should usually take the place on the poster. Yeah, that's right. So minimum of the placement of the main element, which I'm still waiting for, should be used about 60% and more. And of course, sometimes you can use them for full coverage of the post of the artboard. So what are these main element, which usually provide a lot of information from the advertisement poster? Any suggestions? Come on, wake up. No, no shapes. Wake up. Yes. So usually the most important information and the full information you can get from the image. And most of the popular advertisement product use the image. Image possible to place in single, so it means that you don't need to add any other elements on the image, or you can create some collage, and the collage can explain several different scenarios of the service or of the product, which also sometimes important if you need to provide the full amount of information for your consumers, yeah, for your consumers. So this is correct. Again, you have to you have to remember that the most important part when you always have to work with is a picture or image or photography or collage, which has included some several images and graphics from good to provide good interesting composition of images. So what about second quite important information which also should be provided or usually provided on the poster? So just let me move while you are answering. I need just move my picture. Okay, I'll just create the poster with millimeters, vertical orientation, and create. Now let me move my artboard to see your answers. Yeah, you're right. So mostly you're right, it's a text, but what kind of text usually we use on the poster to provide the good understanding your idea, idea of company or request from company? So what type of text usually we have to use? How you can describe this type of text? Typography, that's important, but it's mostly for visuality, not for transferring the message. Yeah, because text when we use for poster, it's usually message to consumers. Yeah, it should be main information. I can describe this like a motivation statement. Yeah, so usually the most important part from the text, it's motivation statement. But yes, the same time depends on the product. It could be title, for example, if it's cover for book. It could be title for the newsletter or long read, for example. Yeah, so it's quite important. For an advertising poster, it's some kind of motivation or advertisement statement which can pull us or push us to make any action about this service or about this product. And or for example, if it's event, a poster for event, that will be quite important, the date and the time when this event starts, and the place where this event take place. So this is, again, it depends on the functionality, it depends on the scenario of collaboration with consumers. Of course, the text could split be in a different type of transferring the message, yeah, or creating the message between the consumers and the company. That's correct. And the generally, you have always remembered that when you use the image and text, that should be the placement should be provided in a harmony, in a balanced composition. So how it's usually organized. When you see the artboard, I just created the artboard on this on my software. I use A3 format. For studying, it's enough, but mostly poster usually created by the by bigger format than we try to use here. But usually at university, because we have like non-professional printers here, which is use only A3 format, let's also use the A3 format for our creation. So when you create your artboard, let's generally discuss how you can organize the elements here. And I already talked to you. So any product from design, you can even start from the golden net or golden rule. Yeah, how it's possible to implement the golden rule. You can split your artboard in 3 main parts by horizontally and 3 main parts by the vertically, and all the intersections when you got, we're going to call composition centers. So according to the golden rule, you can create 4 composition centers. And how you can provide your elements, like an image, for example, when you try to create a new poster. Again, I'm talking about not complicated, not very creative design. I'm talking about classic design, which helps you to make any poster. So first of all, for example, if I use the very simple shape of the image, I can use the composition center to place this image. One placement. When I cover it, all the artboard by the image, and that will be one of the way of place this image. And then depends on the object which image included, I can also place some text. Because image, it's not like abstract, yeah? Mostly image included other elements. It could be mascot, it could be other objects, it could be some scenario which is show and provide information. And of course, it's take not full the space of the image. It could place some part, and depends on your placement, and depends how you place this object according to composition center. For example, this is background of the image, but the image, the object on the image actually take this part of the image. So you see that it's not fully closed the artboard of the poster. And of course, the text you can even start making here from the top left composition center, or even here if you need, or if you have several tags, you can place here and here. Yeah, it depends on your options of work. So this is one way. Second way, you can use the image, which is take only 2 composition center, like this, for example, and here are some object appearance at that place. For example, you use some solid color or a gradient, for example, or even you decided to use the image, for example, which is take about these options. But please remember, we talk about it should be more than 50%, so I can even place like this, and then place the text here, for example, yeah, which is close to low or down composition center on your poster. Even if you decided to use the image which is take vertical position of the element. Again, please remind yourself that the image, if it's take all the background of the image, you can even try to split text and image. but sometimes, mostly, all the images included not full background of the image, can take only some part of the image on any background, and that background can be also solid or provide some volume via a gradient and a tracer. And that place could be used also to place some text, yeah, and depends on the composition of image. You of course can provide the good visuality and placement of other elements like a text or logo, for example, or graphic elements or any other additional elements which you needed to place on the image. So this is the main theory about how possible to start making composition of the poster. Now let's try to train ourselves to make any options. So first element or first options of making image. Let's, for example, make the posters which is related to your culture, and I'm going to explain about how you can organize your homework, but I will start from the single image used on the poster different ways, and then go to the other options, which is options to make the collage, yeah, using several images from internet. So for that, I'm going to download some or copy and paste in Illustrator several images which is related to pattern, Kyrgyz cultural pattern. For that, let's find any images. You can also, if you are working with me, try to find interesting patterns which we are going to use. So we have so many examples here. You can select several of them if you like some of them. So you can open it, this image, use right mouse button, copy image, and then paste inside of the Illustrator, and try to find several of them in case to use them for your work. So I will also use this image. Let's use, I have here some protection, so I don't like to use that image. Also protection. We try also to create some kind of these elements for our work. That's good. Let's use this image also for our introduction. So try to collect some patterns which we are going to use. That's interesting. Copy image. Okay. Let's say we'll use them. I like the combination of these options. Yeah, that's also good. Let's find also one more interesting. Something, what can we use? Oh, that's also good. Yeah, probably enough. For our explanation, that will be probably enough. I don't like this one. I can delete that. Options, yeah, other things interesting to see, to work. Okay, so I have the images to work, and now I'm going first of all to make the statement. For example, we are going to use same statement which I ask you for work. Just let me see that I not missed anyone from my, yeah, all good. So statement, I'm going to type the statement, and remember we talked already about the text, and if I need to make a statement, it's better to use the row typing of text, not the text area. To start typing text in a row, I need only click on the artboard. I see it's very tiny frame, I can go to the character and start making bigger the size of my text just to see them clear on my poster. For example, let's use 50 points, and now I can type first of all, then make formatting. So select the font, select the style which I'm going to use. So for example, I'm going to use the options of making text which is see your history, respect your history. So I'm going to use this kind of statement. Let's use same position of the letters. And now I need just provided the good appearance. I will use always the statement on my poster, and the poster could be related to the company request. In this case, of course, you need to use some logo. We are going to use like a social poster, which is only provide the good statement of thinking, creating some good things, emotions from the people, which is not actually should exactly represent the company. So posters could be split into several types. That could be a event poster, that could be advertisement poster, that could be social poster, and trust propagandistic poster, or so many different type of posters possible to create. And now I'm only going to use this kind of text. I split that text like you see here. Then I need to provide the good options to work with text. So for that, I'm again going to the character and find the good maybe the good typefaces for my text. So maybe it will spend some time because you need to first of all to find the good appearance, which probably better to use for your design, because I have very complicated background which I'm going to use. In this case, it's better to also to use some kind of big letters, thick letters, because otherwise text could be disappeared from your poster. So I will go into use this kind of, or maybe because culture and you have the very rounded and very wave elements, maybe I also going to use serif fonts, not sans serif fonts. Yeah, before I use sans serif fonts. Remember, we talk about what means sans serif fonts, what serif fonts, and now I'm going to find a good serif fonts which has some lockers in the end of the letters. This is probably provide some softness of my letters, and this helps me to provide the good visuality of the element. That's bold one, but I don't like it the thicknesses of the bold lines. What about this one? Looks nice, but not what I would like to see on my design. So let's see more what we have here about serif. That not really easy to find. Why? Because most of the popular fonts now, it's a fonts which is related to sans serif fonts, not serif fonts. Yeah, but you still can find any good fonts for your work. Let's again. I just need to add someone to the group. Okay, let's not waste so many time for finding a good sans serif fonts. If I won't be able to find, I even can start working with. Also, it's better to find the good serif fonts, which is come on, you will just spend my time later, because again I will miss my point to find the good. That's maybe. Yeah. No, I don't like it actually. Let's finally see the good sans serif fonts. Again, it's better always to select the good serif fonts or sans serif fonts which just have so many families. What means families? Families, it's a style of the spelling the text, which is bold, italic, and etc. Because you see, I don't have here family, and it's not very good to make it. Because if, for example, I need to make some hierarchy between the text, this is provide a lot of difficulties to me to work with that options. So I will actually use these options. I like it, how it looks like. So that will go into Futura text, and I think that will be looks interesting on my design. So again, you can even work a bit with your text. So you see that some text is disappeared from the elements. In this case, maybe I will make bigger the history, not just 95, for example. I would like to make bigger. Why? Just make the good combination of the waveness between the letters. That also maybe I will make it, for example, 100. Just make a bit bigger, or even same size here to show exactly why history is really important for us. So that will be my statement, and then I need to find the good options to place my image. I have so many images here. I like this one actually, and I'm going just to move it into the vertical position and try to use this image for my background. That will be my options to make the good options to good background for my image. And now I need to find the place where I'm going to use my text. And because I have or I use the background which is included white. Let's first of all also to try to use white on my poster and see how it looks like. It's not really readable. You always have to remember that the text should be read very clear from your poster. And in this case, maybe you can find the good way to place your text where the text will read it in a good options to read. And I see this is corner probably will be much better for my work. Maybe let's just rotate and use this corner exactly to place my text. Even you can make it bigger, your image, just to get exactly much more bigger place where you're going to use my text options. And now I can place my text here, which has become good of readability to provide it on my background. But same time, you see that the text actually, the image a bit going out from the artboard. Please don't worry about that. I can use clip and mask, which is hide all my options from the poster of the elements. So how I can even hide these options? I can draw rectangle which is above of my image, and then if you selected your image via shift with your rectangle and use right mouse button and use the options make clip and mask, you see your image disappeared around, but text also disappeared. Why? Because image moving front. Yeah, I still have my text, but it's behind my image. For that, again, you can select your image, right mouse button, use arrange, send to back. And your image again going back, but already cut by the artboard, yeah, via clip and mask, and disappeared from the options. So this is the way how you can work with clip and mask. We will use clip and mask today a lot. So now again, let's work a bit on that options, because you see it's not really clear provided on my background how I can work with that. Even first of all, you can provide the stroke of your letters and get the big options, the thicknesses, provide the thicknesses of the stroke. You see how it's already start clear, make some barriers, edges between the background and between your text. This is the first options to work with the text. Second, for example, you can even get the same copy of your text. If you make a copy via holding Alt, you can, for example, recolor it into the black one and move it back, but move it behind your white letters, yeah, with some distance between the letters, like this. And then moving back, one step back, and it's again, when you move it back, you see how the text again start reading, because I have some background of letters, and it's like a 3D effect, and it's still start available, yeah, on my background for future usage. So this is the way how you can always provide the good visibility of your text on any post element. Now it's a minimalism which we use here, so it means that we use only image, we use only text available here, without any graphic elements, without any other ways of working with complicated shapes. Second options which I'm going to use here, it's the options when I'm trying to create the complicated shape of visibility, my pattern, and use that options to make my poster. So how am I going to use that? Again, I'm first of all switching to the artboard and create the second artboard, move it in some place, just get enough areas around, and start drawing some complicated shape which I'm going to use on my design. For example, I'm going to select any tool, for example, curvative tool, and start drawing the shape which I'm going try to place the image. So that shape will be like a container which I'm going to place my image, and start then collecting the options to work. For example, that will be my first part of object. You can even start making a correction of that element. For example, I'm going to use here my object. To see the object, I can add the stroke to see how this object will be placed on my element. And also I would like to add some other options. For example, I'm going to add here some circle which will placed here, for example, and also some circle here for my image, and make it smaller. That will be my my complicated shape, and then I need to put image inside of this complicated shape. Even I already prepared my text, so the text will be placed also here, just moving in the front, and again, to make the good visuality of the element, I'm going to place some rectangle like a background. For example, let's use my background depends on the color of images which I'm going to use. For example, I'm going to use this kind of image for my work now. So this is image I'm going to place inside, and you see it's several types of black, brown and gray color, even beige. So let's use the beige color for my background. For that I can use eyedropper, remember we talked about that, and just provide this color for my background. Will be my background. I stand it back. Also for that text I'm going to use the color of dark gray. That will be my text which I'm going to use here, and here will be my image which I'm going to use. One more, I would like to use some graphics which also can decorate my my image. For that I will copy my graphics which I prepared for container, make it copy, and then use like graphic elements with some several options of color. Yeah, for example, I can make them without fill and add the color which is same colors from my image. For example, this color, but when you use eyedropper, it's a filled, not make a stroke, but you always can switch in the toolbar into the stroke, and then provide some thicknesses. For example, I'm going to use the thicknesses about 19, and also provided some interesting shape or type of shapeness of my image. This will provide the good appearance, these kind of all elements. Even I don't like this for circles. Circles is better to provide with normal appearance, not twice, just one movement This is a circle provide more interesting and quite close to your traditions. There, it's like a moon appeared. So this is how you can also work with your images. Now let's integrate our image inside of this shape. Before, you have to select your shapes and use Pathfinder to unit them. Now it's only one shape. Even they split independently from each other. Then, if you need to put your picture or use like a mask, you have to convert your image into the compound path. What is compound path? It's a shape which can hide other elements from your which is become outside of this shape. For that, you have to go to the object and find compound path, make. Now I convert my graphics into the path, which only use the edges of the element. Then I can now move my image exactly behind of my shape. See that all my image can be visible by the shape of my element. You see, my shape is exactly inside of the image. And now you can select your shape via shift with the image and use right mouse button to make clip and mask. And that image exactly hidden by the special shape which is appeared on your design. And now you can start decorating your element. For example, you see my shape is a bit disappeared. I can start making some shapes which is help me to start providing the good visibility of the element on my design. Even you can move them a bit to the side, so you don't even need to follow exactly the size of your shape. You can even start rotate this element on the options like this one, just to make interesting combination of placement. Even you can start making, for example, make it different colors, which is also can be appeared of the options. So for example, I can also copy this part and make another color, for example a black color, and then move it also in the same position, make it again thicknesses, and choose maybe another options to work with that shape of the element, and then move this shape into the back side, just behind the image, while it disappeared, mostly, yeah, like this. Yeah, so you see, one of them is disappeared behind the image, another one come in the top of the image, and this is, you also can use just to make your options to create good combination of the parts. And for example, the second options, you see again some images is out of the poster. You can even again draw a rectangle, and then select your rectangle, select your composition, select all your, so you can even select everything instead of text. So text you could even move it out, yeah, from that composition, then select everything and use again right mouse button and make clip and mask. You see, the image disappeared, everything what going out just disappeared from the artboard. And now I need to work with the text. Again, text is behind, because again I use the clip and mask, which is automatically move my composition in front. And now again to use arrange, bring to front, just to move my text here. And some text is disappeared, yeah, on my background, because the image quite colorful, and I use same color for my work. How I can organize here the options to read my text. Now, first way, you can even try to find any good color which can provide the good readability of your text. Or for example, you can add the stroke of the color, which is also can help you to move or to make a good options to work with your text. How I can do that? I will do it offset path. So I'm going to use the shape of my text exactly to provide the good options to work. And for that, I need to make a copy of my text out, for example. Then I'm going to convert them into the outlines mode. For that, you need to use selection tool, right mouse button, create outlines. Now it's just graphics. And for my graphics, I'm going to use offset path. For that, you have to go object, path, offset path, and start making this offset path. You see this offset path available. You can even make it bigger, for example, 5 millimeters, and you see it's become bigger. You can even make it rounded, and you see your text become rounded on the corner. And then via preview, you can see the result. You can now click OK, and now you need to unit them. So you can even unit, and now you see it's just background, but I need to use, for example, background like a my background of the object, and that will, why it doesn't, and now I can move this text behind of my text. Even I can move that text in front of my text, in front of my background, and then group it them. So you can move it. You can even move it a bit down, yeah, just to make the perspective options. You can make it absolutely equal position of this text. And now I can group them and move it in the place where I need to place my text. For example, here. The text is become read it normally. Why? Because I have quite enough background behind my text, and this is also can help me to read. Even I still see some options which is not really appeared normally of my text here. Maybe you can switch the color into the gray one. Maybe that will even provide the good options to work. Oh, sorry, like this. Yeah. Yep. Looks better. Why? Because I don't have so many gray color here, but still not really a clear, yeah, clear read it. So maybe it's better to move my background into the just let me find the way. So just move it. That options. I will use the like this. And I think now text should be light color. Yeah, that's read it better on my poster. Even I can use the white color. White color, it's always like a classic color, which can always help you to provide the good visibility of your object, and provide the great opportunity to start reading your text. Yes, so even white color also can help you to organize the good visibility of your text. So again, now you see we organized and created some poster which is use complicated shape for background, and then the text provided the good options to read your statement. Now we're going to talk about collage, and I have 3 images which I'm going to use for my other type of posters. And here we're going to talk about how possible to organize and create the collages of the work. And one of them, you see I have some circles of the patterns, 2 of them minimum, and I can even start working with the circles and provide the good options, creating the collage via circles. So for that, I'm again creating the new artboard, and move this artboard to the side again, and start making background for creating some collage via circles. So for that, because I will use several elements, several images, I need to provide the good options to get any collage. I have some idea already, so I'm going to use circles, which will take place here from the left side. For example, that will be one big circle. let's have a look, make it bigger like this. Even I can start moving them and start making the line of the line of the circles, which I'm going to use for my options to work with images. So I decided to use these kind of options, but I need to split them. I mean, make the sequences, good sequences of the options. So for example, that one I'm going to use back, behind of that elements, even that options. Again, you see that options a bit out of the element, and maybe I will move that again to the center. Just use it, the central alignment. I can even select all of them, go to align and make a central alignment, and that will be my options to work with the images. Also you can move some of them up, some of them down, some of them even out of these aligns, so like this. This is also interesting shape to make your collage. And here will be some text available for my work. For example, now I'm ready to start working. So I have my text available. Let's use same text here from here. That will be text which I'm going to place somewhere, even in the middle or even a bit in the top. So I can even add them later. So now I have several images. I will go to use these objects for my work. Let's make copy of them because I also need them one more time. Even if I would like to use this picture, I can click several times until I get my image, copy them, then again go back outside and then place it. This has helped me also to provide my image for my work. And now I'm ready to start working. So for example, that circle, it's better also to convert all your circles without stroke. This helps you to organize your image containers. So you see, I'm going to use that image exactly on the big circle. I need to make bigger my image while it took the size of my circle. Via Shift, select the stroke of the circle, and now use right mouse button, make clip and mask. It's hide all other parts outside of the circle. Then, for example, I'm going to use that circle also and make it smaller. Again, move it behind any circles, which is help me to organize. Even I need one more step front. And now I need to make the circle which is appeared inside of my average circle here. Again, because it's just image, and I can even cut some part from the image, and again create the options of my work. Then, for example, I would like to repeat this image one more time. So even I don't need again to use the mask. If I would like to use only with that images, I can just make a copy this image here, and then make it maybe smaller and send it back behind the red one. And for example, I decided to use only these two images. Yes, so again I can even copy this image, which is already prepared like a circle, make it smaller, and remove that one and place it here, for my future work like this. And also the red one, I'm going to use copy of a small one and going to place here and make it smaller. So you see, now I prepared my collage, which has used several images, and again just align them in a good options. That will be the collage which I'm going to use here, and then the text which also will be appeared here. Even I can make the the beige again background, or even that beige, or even the lighter. So for example, let's first of all to draw even you can create the background which is also use some circles. So for example, I'm going to use this circle here, even the big circle which is up, and take this place, and maybe one more circle which is going here, for example, yeah, and even smaller, and take this place of the parts. So you see, I just covered all the parts by the circles, which is help me to make good options to work with that images like this. And now I can even send them back, totally back, and use eyedropper to start coloring them. So for example, that color I'm going to use from these options. Then for example, this color I'm going to use from that batch, and this color I'm also going to use same color here. But now I'm going to work with the options to make the tint of this color. So for example, this is quite heavy, it's okay. That I'm going to use lighter. So you see the guide color, I can even select the lighter of these options. And here, okay, because I'm going to use text here. So this is again how you can prepare your background, interesting background, just to make good options to work. And now also I would like to make some barriers between my objects. How I can do that things. For example, I can again work with the circles. So for example, that will be circle, which I can use like options to make some visual barrier between the image and between the objects. For example, I can move it a bit front while it's covered, and make the options between my previous image and my red image. Yeah, you see now it's appeared. So same things, I can start working with other images. So for example, again, can make the circle, again make it smaller. For example, now I even need to make here some connection. And here, for example, I need only for my small one, yeah, image. So that in this case, I can even start drawing for only for my small image. Like this, even a bit maybe bigger, yeah, just to get the good nice options. And for example, you decided to make the black one, and again by one step up you can even make alignment of this image exactly how, when it's appeared and when it's provide the good distance between the objects. Or even I don't like the black one, maybe the light one much better, yeah, to show. So like this you can even make the good visibility of the object. Even that circle also can be placed here with the smallest diameter to make appearance around this object here. Or here, for example, I decided that will be interesting to make the appearance of the black one, yeah, which we use which we already used before. So I'm going just to make it smaller like this, and not so smaller, yeah, like this better. Yeah, good. Now let's moving up while it's appeared before the red one color, yeah, like this, and make it, for example, the black one, yeah. You see, now it's already start appeared interesting, and normally even I like also to make some maybe some color here. I think that will be also good to use same color, I mean same circle, which is we use here for our image which is down. let's moving like this and make it a bit smaller. Yeah, you see, I need to make it smaller a bit. So this is again about your idea about how you can organize everything. So the background is ready. Only what I need to make here, it's about to hide all other circles which is out. Again, that could be possible to make if you draw the rectangle according to the artboard and selected everything on that artboard except text and use clip and mask. That will hide everything what is outside of your artboard. And now you're ready to make your text available. So the text should be going in front, and you can place it here or even make it up, yeah, and recolor it in the color which you're going to like to use. For that options, probably I would maybe use the white color will be nice, even with some stroke probably will be better, but not very heavy stroke. Maybe that should be stroke just only for a good appearance of your text. Even maybe it's also will be interesting to make good composition of the text, for example. So maybe that will be also good to see. I will convert this into other outlines because I have very tiny lines of making my options to work. For that, I'm going to convert my text into the outlines and start working with them. So for example, see your options. That will be one object of my work, and I'm going to use here, for example, in the top, but again with two lines. Oh, sorry. So it's now it's actually already ungrouped. So I'm going to use like this. Yes, see your, and this is helps me to keep it these options normally here, for example. And now next one for history. It will better to make it vertically. Why? Because vertically help me to use the right space after the words see your. And now because it's again I copied and cut, you see I can even make it the alignment of vertical position to make the options see all these letters exactly in a vertical position. Or even you can split them by the two letters. Yeah, this is also a way of working with the text. Please don't be afraid about that. This is not actually disappeared the readability or destroyed the readability of the text, but only help you to organize the text manually. This is called lettering part. So like this, but you need, in this case, you need to follow maybe some rules. For example, his, Tori, yeah. I mean, when you split the letters, you also have to know how it usually work and how it usually provided the good options to read this text. So now I provided one more options, and then, for example, respect to your history. Again, I can even place here that will provide the good options to read. Maybe I will move it a bit down and provide some line to split that two options or split that two text between them. For example, line will be also white, and maybe get some thicknesses. So this is how I can split and show my options to work. Even I can recolor it. For example, that color will be better here, for example, to dark one. Yeah, history I can keep it like a white, and for example, respect to you also can be the color of black one. Black is not really actually read it, but you can add, for example, the white stroke, yeah, around, or even beige stroke. So it's up to you. I'm going to add the white stroke. Yeah, like this. So this is again how you can organize the options to work with the text and place the elements. Even history, you again can repeat. Yeah. So I don't like this history placement here. I'm not going to repeat my options with distribution the letters here. Yeah, like repeat, because history actually repeated. Yeah, from several times. And this is again help you to organize and provide the good, interesting composition of your text available. I even would like maybe to make it down and your also to remove from here, place it here, and then only history. And now I can select everything except my image and start moving to provide good placement. So like this. So now you see it's one way how you can organize and provide the good, interesting and unusual design, which also can be used for poster, which is use some collage. Last way, you also can see some examples from the task number 4 and the last example of making also interesting design with collage with different images. I have some images here, and let's again use the artboard. And the artboard I'm going to split by the squares. So because artboard it's a A3 format. A3 format here I have 294. Even you can draw the square like this and start copy the square. And then when you selected the square, I also add this to the stroke. I can make it bigger size till it's filled full the width of the artboard. Now I can start making copy, and if you use Ctrl D, it will repeat your options. Now just to make, you see I have still some part in the bottom. It's okay. In the bottom you can use the black options to get some services information from the company. For example, it could be a website, it could be phone, it could be address, so anything, or it could be some law regulation for advertisement. So it's okay if you use some footer on the poster just to place the technical services information about company or about your production. So now I have the distribution of my artboard into the squares, and for example I can use these squares to make some good interesting combination of objects. For example, like a Tetris, yes, so I can create the background via Tetris part, and for that, yeah, if I need to make some combination, I can use Shape Builder tool, for example, and I can place here some image, I can even place here some image and here some image. So I split my options by via different options, and now I need to split all this part between the images. I don't need to use all of them inside of these squares. I can select only some of them and place there my images. For example, I have 2 of them, this one, and that one also used, yeah, for my design. So no any new one, no new. So for example, I'm going to place the red one here behind this square, and again, to see everything, is better to convert your shapes into the normal into the transparent fillet options. Why? Because in this case you can see how you can move your image inside to get the good visibility of your object. Yeah, that looks interesting. And now I only need to select my square, use right mouse button, make clip and mask, and it disappeared. And now my image, first one, already placed it here. Second, for example, image I'm going to use, for example, let's use this one. Here I rotate them and place it here. Again, it's better to use full my image inside. That's why I change the color, change the size of my image. Again, select my shape and right mouse button, make clipping mask. This is my second image. And for example, I decided to use here my third image for my work, even here, it's up to you. So let's use this image, for example, here. Better, I think better to use it here. Yeah, it's like a Bauhaus. Remember we talked about the way of making some different options for Bauhaus school, and I use the primitive shapes just to keep the good interesting combination of the images inside of my design. I will use it here, and again right mouse button, make clipping mask. And now this is my options to work, but I would like to add some other options to work with that images. For example, I'm also going to recolor it from the picture. My other options, for example, that square will be a red one, then for example that square also will be, for example, the yellow one or other color, and that, for example, I'm going to use the blue one. Yeah, and this is how it will also organize. It's something disappeared here, yeah, because it's blurred the edges between the images and the colors. Maybe it's better to provide some lines which also can help me to organize and distribute the parts. For example, I'm going also to use the black lines, which is distribute my options between the images and between the squares, which is absolutely looks like a Bauhaus school of organization and preparation, the combination elements on the composition. So that will help me to create interesting or distribute the parts. And you see now it's clear, visible on the options. Only what I need to make here is provide some text available. So I'm going to use same text distribution, maybe that one. Which I like it. So let's just select them and make a copy. And now, because I have the squares where I need to make the text, I can even start working them. For example, I can place here my first text, but you have always remember when you work with the text, you have to leave enough space around the text, because otherwise text could again lost the visibility of readness. That text I'm going to place here, for example, and that here is better to use the white color even with the black stroke. Here it's also better to use the white color because the very bright background give me ability to easily read that options. Here, for example, I can even use not the make it smaller. Here, for example, I can use, for example, not the white color. Even I can add here the red color, yeah, with maybe a white stroke, which is also give me ability easily to read this text from the picture. Even I can make it here smaller. I have some idea. Move it a bit to the side, and now I can select this text and move it here. Just again keep ability to understand that this is one text. Yeah, this is one options to read my text. So that will be interesting. I like to make them probably dark one here. So let's try to switch into the black one. Yeah, I think that's better. And only what I need to add here, it's about history. Yeah, see your history. So I lost my history options. I can even add it here on the image. On the even like this. Yeah, it's also look interesting. It's okay when you cross the section between the parts, because this is help you to keep normal visibility and you just need to provide the good readability of your objects when you try to make the composition. For example, like this. Even you can make it there a bit inside of the options. For example, let's make it here like this. Yeah, for option. Even actually don't like it. Maybe like this, and I'm going to use normal position of the text here, and like this here. Then I select this text, and now can put it here, for example, yeah, and make it smaller. Yeah, like this. Or maybe that's the way, I mean, that the time when you need to spend to find a good options to place your text in any options. So maybe I will add it here, for example. And in this case, I need to move it down, these options, because otherwise it's a bit cut and lost the options to read this text. So I think that will be better. I like how it now organized and how I can place it and leave it here. Yeah, I like this combination. Even I can move that option now also because I still get some gap between the text. So you can even make it from like this and move it like this. This is also the way how you can organize your text. Yeah, that's interesting. So I can leave like this my poster. So you see so many different ways of creating the poster. Now I'm going to make them together in case to show you all the options which we spent and created via our introduction to the advertisement design from in Illustrator. So this is the way how you can organize your poster. Let's see of them from the screen. So this is one poster, second poster, third one, and fourth one. So this is how we use. Start from absolutely simple position and creation and get some interesting combination of the images and tags and colors. So if you have any question, you can ask these questions into the chat. Do we have? Clip and mask. It's everything clip and mask. It's possible to use shortcuts for clip and mask. So you can use right mouse button or you can use combination Ctrl+7. Ctrl+7 it's a shortcut to use clip and mask. Okay, so I sometimes showed here right mouse button, but sometimes for faster options, because sometimes when I focus on the work, I can even use the most common shortcuts which help me easily and faster to apply any functions. So anything when you need to hide, you have to first of all draw the object which become the clip and mask in the future. That object should be always over on any object which you are going to use and apply clip and mask. And then you have to select all of them via shift or selection tool by rectangle selection, and then use right mouse button, make clip and mask, or shortcut which is Command 7. Okay. So now we actually finished explanation about the poster. I'm going to stop just one poster. I explain a lot of them, but one poster with collage. So you need to create some collage, okay, which is like a my last option or other options from task number 4. I also provided some examples after my explanation yesterday or previous explanation. So you need to create one poster, which is use text, see your history, respect your history, use some images which is showed the traditional culture Kyrgyz pattern, and create this collage from these patterns, and place the text. This is what only I'm asking you to create for the task number 4, just one poster. And the task number 5 is about create your own pattern. For that, I'm going to stop first of all my recording, because this recording I'm going to upload for task number 4. And second recording, which I'm going to start, will be shortly explain how possible to create the pattern here in Illustrator. And that video also will be provided for task number 5, where you have to create your own pattern with, again, Kyrgyz elements, traditional elements, and show me this pattern. So